I was born and raised in the suburbs of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I was very blessed to have two very loving and supportive parents who instilled in me the drive to always do my best in any endeavor, to never quit. In 1983, I was working as the chairman of the emergency department at an 825-bed hospital in the suburbs of Chicago, and I was approached by Bill Vaughn, who was the tournament director for the 1983 World Junior Championships. And he asked me if it were possible that I could help him provide that medical coverage. And little did I know at that point in time that this opportunity would evolve into one of the most spectacular, exhilarating, and rewarding experiences of my life. My first opportunity to travel overseas with the U.S. wrestlers was in 1986 when I was one of the team physicians at the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary. I met again a Greek wrestler who had won the heavyweight gold medal in both freestyle and Greco-Roman at the World Championships in 1983. In 1986, he sustained a very serious knee injury, and his coach came to me and said, the Russian coach told me that if this were his son, he would take him to the United States to get his knee reconstructed. So I called an orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Korzad, who was a longtime friend of mine. He agreed to perform the surgery pro bono. The athlete's name was Panagiotis Pikalidis. He flew to the U.S. to Chicago. He had his knee reconstructed. He spent several weeks staying at my house, and he's now a lifelong friend. I felt like I was able to extend the standard of care which we are blessed to have in our country to athletes from other countries which did not have that type of medical care available. I've attended and participated in 5 Olympic Games, probably about 15 or 16 senior world championships, 4 junior world championships, 3 cadet world championships, 2 Pan American Games, and at least 5 or 6 Pan American Wrestling Championships. I have a wonderful wife, Rachel, who has been my guiding light over the last 26 years. I have a beautiful daughter, Claire, who's here with me tonight. They have been unbelievably supportive and encouraging to me. Without that support and encouragement, I could never have been able to devote the amount of time that I have to wrestling over the last 20 years. One of the wonderful things about wrestling has been the opportunity to meet some extraordinary people and develop lifelong friendships. I would say that the man who had the biggest influence on me in wrestling and in my personal life was John Vaughn, who was a man of extraordinary talent and wisdom. He definitely was the guiding light, the guiding force in maintaining my enthusiasm and the exhilaration I have for my involvement with wrestlers and with the wrestling community. There are 2 other individuals who I've gotten to know very well and who have become among my very closest friends over the last 20 years. These gentlemen have been very important in helping me to achieve what I've achieved in wrestling. The 2 people that I'm referring to are John Graham and Jim Keene. John has been a great support system, and he's given me guidance and encouragement over the years. Jimmy is just a wonderful person. He's incredibly generous, and with his time and with his effort on behalf of wrestling. I've had the privilege of working with professional athletes as a Major League Baseball team physician for 22 years. I also worked I've worked as a high school team physician for 25 years. But I've never encountered a group of athletes who work as hard, who make the kinds of sacrifices that these young men make in training for wrestling. Whatever I've contributed to wrestling, I've been rewarded 20-fold or more with what I've gotten back in terms of the satisfaction and the relationships that I've developed with the wrestlers in the wrestling community. Being inducted into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame is just an unbelievably humbling, and I'm just very humbled and overwhelmed, because the message that it conveys is very, very special.